are going to do, we are going to do this task. Let me assign this to Nuclear code and put it into progress, right? So now we are going to do web mobile visualize the live, right? So what we need to do, we need to write some JavaScript code, right? HTML, CSS, something like that in Spring Boot app. So here you can see in the DPU what I have done in the resources folder, what I have created. There is always a static empty folder. Now inside it I created a HTML file tracking.html and then a car PNG for GPS car logo, and then there is a JavaScript file which is tracking.js, right? And now what we are going to do, we are going to map this API with UI. So here you can see track, then vehicle ID. What it is going to do, it is going to give the live location, last updated location of the vehicle. This API is going to give us that, so we can see the track of that vehicle. And here you can see I have another track slash history slash vehicle ID. What it is going to give us, it is going to give us the last 100 locations, right? Our GPS locations are sent by the device packet, sent by device as a device packet, right? So till here we were good. Now let us do one more thing. In the previous video, if you remember, I had shown you a API key with which we are going to access our Google Maps API, right? We had to add some credit billing related details like credit card, debit card, QR code, something like that. We need to create a mandate of around 15,000 rupees. And other than that, where is that billing? Okay, I had shown you, just remember that in the previous video it was there. Then we will be able to use the API and services of the maps, right? These things I think I have shown you. Now let us go to write our JavaScript, right? So now we are going to start this project, basically development of this part. Yeah, so here you can see I have a car PNG for our GPS. So this type of icon should appear on our Google Maps, right? Google Maps API. And then there is tracking.html file, right? Here you can see I have this title is vehicle tracking simple HTML. I am also not very much aware of this, but yeah, basic HTML, since we are going to put the car into map, so it should look like that. That's why we are using basic HTML just for project. We are a backend developer, so I understand we are not very good with JavaScript or some kind of, until we are a full stack developer, right? So yeah, here you can see a script. We are including this src file, and here only in this URLs, this is provided by Google Maps only. So here we need to enter our API key, and then callback is init map. Okay, so this URL we need to update, which is important in this file. And then style is very simple, nothing much. Height is this one, and then width is 100%, right? So inside head everything completed. We are closing the body. Where is body? Yeah, inside body there is nothing but a simple div with id is equal to map. Cool. So this is our HTML car PNG I shown you. Now let us go to tracking.js file. So in the tracking.js file, what we have, three variables: map, marker, and info window. I don't know if it is going to work or not, but yeah, info window for now. If there would be some errors, we will fix it later. Yeah, first we are going to get the vehicle ID, right? So how it is going to do, it is going to see the URL search params. From the URL it is going to get the params, right? Just like suppose you have track id slash vehicle id is equal to 1, so it is going to track that vehicle id from that URL. And if it get vehicle id with the same, you know, if it is case sensitive, you cannot put it like vehicle id something like that. It is case sensitive, so vehicle id exact match should be there. Id is equal, then we get the id, and if id is not there, we can say like vehicle missing in URL. Example is this. Yeah, here you can see this was I was talking about. So this should be the URL, and it is this URL search params window.location.search. It is going to read from this location, right? And it is going to read from the browser window with this value vehicle id is equal to 1. So if it does not found, return null, otherwise return the id. Once it gets the vehicle id, here you can see now we are into the init map. Let me compress this. Yeah, okay. So now we are in the init map. Init map is getting the vehicle id from vehicle. Here you can see if vehicle is not there, return. Otherwise what we are going to do, it is Google Maps. We are going to open a Google Maps, right? You can see get element by id map, zoom is equal to 15, center, light and long, these two values it is going to take. It is our starting point of the car. And then we have this info window, which is important, very important, right? New Google Maps.info window, and then we are going to have this, call this fetch location function by passing vehicle id as an argument. And then what you can see here, it is there is a set interval which is basically going to call fetch location every 3 seconds, 3000 milliseconds, so that it is 3 seconds. So let's see now fetch location method. What it is going to do, fetch location is going to call our backend track slash vehicle id. You remember, let me show the backend here, tracking controller here slash track slash vehicle id. So this backend API, it is going to call this tracking JS, right? So this tracking JS is going to fetch the response from there, and you know backing what it is going to do from backend, it is going to fetch from the MongoDB, right? It is going to fetch from the MongoDB different telemetry response. All these fields is going to become as a response into the tracking JS file as a response. Here you can see response.json. Then if we got the response, what we are going to do, we are going to position, set some values. Here we have position, and later you can see simply data.latitude, data.longitude, it is fetching. Then what we are going to do, we are also creating one more extra step on the car. We are going to add, get the data when we are hovering on that. Basically when we click on that, we are going to have this info, vehicle info, like what is the device ID, what is the speed, and what is the ignition status, is it on, off, something like that. Then there is some marker actually in Google Maps. You can see if there is no marker, what we can do, marker is create a new marker. So it is creating a new marker. Marker is equal to new Google Maps dot marker, and then position, something like that, right? And what we can see here, you can see device data or device ID, it is fetching the values, right? And then it is embedding this car.png on this size 4040. And in the end, what it is going to do, mark add event listener. When it is clicked, info window.set content, info content, and then info window.open map and marker, both it is going to open. Else set the position, info window.set content, info content. And in the end, what is it is going to do, map.pan to position. So this is the method it is going to pan, right? So this is entire UI related to that. Nothing complex, simple maps, Google Maps related API. Not much to work here. Simple like car image, one HTML, little bit CSS here, right? and then this JavaScript file. Cool guys, now let's run and see if we are able to see our car or not. Let's just see our car at first. So it is our server running on 8082, I think. Actually a lot of servers we have here, so I forget which IP it is running. The 8082 IP port. Yeah, 8082 it is running. Actually we can see from here also, when server starts successfully, then we can see the port also. Cool. Started application here. Where is port details? Actually it is not showing, but yeah, when server starts we generally have port details, right? Okay, here concatenate with port 8082. Cool. Now it is connected to Kafka and fetching from the topic. Which topic? GPS topic. Now let's see in the browser 8082, right? Localhost 8082. Where is browser? Where is browser? Not this, not this, not this, not this. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Localhost tracking.html. This one, yeah. Tracking.html. This one we are going to do. What it is saying? Localhost 8082 says vehicle ID missing in the URL. Oh, got it. So just copy this one actually. With question mark, we need to update vehicle ID is equal to 1. Paste it. Yeah. Okay, so we got our icon at least. Oh, we got the map also. That's very good actually. Awesome, awesome. First time it is happening. You can see that long is from Kolkata. Yeah, awesome. At least we saw our car here. There's nothing. Let's click it. Oh my god, you can see here vehicle info, we got device, then speed, then this ignition is on, right? Cool. Here you can see, oh my god, our project is successfully working. What is this character? Let me see this. Why is this? This one, right? Yeah. So in the tracking.js, okay, this car icon, it is not picking. Just remove it. Okay, let's save this, and I don't think I need to rerun the office. Okay, we need to rerun this server. Let me rerun this. So at least we saw our car details, right? Ignition speed, you can see ignition on, device info, everything is good. Oh my god, oh my goodness. Awesome guys, we have successfully, I think we have completed our project, at least basic. There is means I understand it is not fully functioning, but just like production, but yeah, it is working good. Let's see if it is successfully run or not. Yeah, now let's refresh our window. It's loading, I think. Vehicle ID 1. Server is not started. Enable optimization, that will be ignored. What happened? It is running, right? So why browser is not loading? Okay, cool. I didn't press the enter. Silly mistake. It is still not went. Why it is happening, right? It should go right. Vehicle info. This is what we did here. Let me refresh it again. Let me open it in an incognito mode, maybe that would work. Mm, yes, it is fixed now. The error is gone. Cool guys, sometimes it is happens, then we need to kind of open in incognito mode. Here there is a problem, like icon first comes but map loads later, so we can delay the image loading for a few seconds so that car does not feel alone or lonely without map. So yeah, so cool guys, in this video I think it was wonderful video what we were working on. This was the final product, and later we are going to kind of add some exception handler. Basically we are going to add some documentation and then industry level exception handler, those things we can add. And also I have not committed this code anywhere right now. I have not committed the code, so maybe in next session we are going to commit the code in GitHub, and we can then erase some PR or something like that if there is some requirement, right? Cool guys, I think it is wonderful. We have done MongoDB integration, we have done Kafka, everything, right? So this was basic. Now let me run everything together. Maybe let's see if our car is moving or not every 3 seconds. I have given, if you see in the tracking.js file, I have a delay I think of 3 milliseconds, where it is 3 seconds actually, not 3000 milliseconds. So let's see if it is going to call and fetch the details also. Here it is calling, so it should call, right? Let me open, inspect it actually. If in console it is going to see from the network, we are okay, response is okay, response is okay. Actually every time the same response it is fetching. Yeah, cool. Now let's let's run our